Okay. Hello, welcome after all this technical stuff going, and we still might have some technical challenges. My poor little computer is kind of stressing out. So yeah, but I'm glad we're here. It's working. And so hopefully I'm live on Facebook now. I can't really see it because my computer's too slow to find out. So welcome. I'm just going to sort of hang out on the chat page because at least I can do that. And I see it's trying to run YouTube on me. Oh boy. So sorry if the anything. Oh, I don't see it. I still don't see it on the page, Michelle, on the live stream page. And I did hit the thing I was supposed to. And it does look like YouTube is starting up. But I can't even refresh the page. I'm going to ask people on the page if you can see me on the live stream page, please type in the chat. And I'm going to try and refresh it. Not this again. This is such an interesting day. Oh, yeah. Everything's buffering. Hey, if I go away and I really am streaming live, I am going to jump right back on my phone because yeah, that's the kind of technology day that I'm having. I don't know why this camera keeps moving over there too. That's not where I want it. There we go. Yeah, I can't see anything on. Michelle's on here with me, my wonderful VA, so she'll be able to help us out. And if my computer can't handle it, my phone can. So I'll go on my phone if I need to. It's right beside me. So yeah, I can't even see the live stream page isn't even loading now. That's how bad it is. Michelle, if you can text me, that would be the greatest thing because I can't even catch my messages on Facebook right now. Can't see a thing on my computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and pretend like we're live and like everything is good. And in 5 minutes we're going to screen share 11 11 11. Remember who you are. We're going to do that again. And I'm going to hope and pray that it is actually playing for you and the how it's supposed to. So we will see what happens. It says it's live on custom live streaming, so it should be working. I think it's just my computer can't handle it, so it can't see anything. So I'm just going to sip some water. I'm going to light some sage and get started. And I just think I got a text so that awesome, yay! So I'm live, good, because I feel like I'm really just behind a camera now because I can't see anything online. But yeah, I'm gonna light some sage. Well, actually, it's a blend of lots of medicines, but yeah, there's probably like 5 sages in there, and some cedar and sweetgrass and lavender. My little kitty stretching out right beside me here, the one that likes smudging. Holy, so welcome. We have 4 minutes, so I'm really not going to do much talking here before we play the original song for you. 11 11 11, remember who you are. So I'll just tell you a bit about the song while I'm getting the smudging going here. The song, I channeled that with my friend Veronica Johnny back in 2009 on 11 11 11 because it was 2 plus 9 is 11. And so we were doing ceremony together, and I was Veronica was drumming and I was doing the singing and drumming, just channeling the song to come through. And it lasted about 15 minutes. So it's a good long song. When we're playing it, just let yourself receive, because I'm very clear after a very interesting morning when we did the 11:11 Zoom this morning that kind of worked and kind of didn't, that this is a recoding of our systems. This is an upgrade for us. And I can tell you that after that call this morning, so go and we're going to send you out both replays tonight or when we get them out. Maybe it might be tomorrow, but we're going to send you both of those recordings because that first one was definitely a recoding. And I know that it is tonight too. Like this day has a lot more power than I thought it would. I did not know what was happening here. 1111 is a gateway, and it's a gateway. We'll talk more about that too after we play the song. But what I want you to do is just breathe, just let yourself receive and flow with the energy that's coming in, that's releasing. If you're releasing, just let your body do what it needs to do. Stay comfortable and ground yourself. Let's just, ground yourself now. And you can even do that by just patting parts of your body. That's what I'm doing because I have a hand available and I'm holding the smudge bowl with the other one, because it just reminds us we're in our bodies here, physically here on the planet. And so we need to stay here. And then we get to be in spirit as well. But we just need to remember to be in our bodies, because it's our bodies right now too that are kind of getting that upgrade. It's not just our energy system, it's our bodies too. We got to catch up to Mother Earth because her frequency is rising, and we're made of the stuff that she's made of as well, and we need to do that too, to stay with her. So I'm gonna get Michelle, get ready. It's 11:10, and we'll play the song for you. And when we come back, I'll kind of lead you out with a little bit of a meditation. So just take a few breaths. Just take a few breaths here while we're waiting for the 11:11 to come around, and then Michelle will play that for us. And it is about remembering who you are. That's what it is, and that's what this is about right now. It's 11:11 right now. So go ahead and play that, Michelle, please. Thank you. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm breathing, and I'm also being told right now is exactly when they want you to offer prayers of healing to anyone that you know that needs healing. Anyone who is suffering from this virus, anyone who is suffering from any kind of pain, any kind of frustration, just praying for them, praying for yourself. Kind of like there's a gateway that's open for those your ones that we love and that we know need that help. And whatever force is Miigwech. Um, so just breathing here, and if you've gone very deep, then just feeling parts of your body come alive again, wiggling your fingers and toes around, maybe giving yourself a nice big hug, and just allowing whatever came up for you and out, whatever that is, whatever sensations you have, just allowing all of it. We're in a very divine moment here. It's shown a vision, and I'm gonna just keep my eyes closed and don't want to lose the vision. I had this vision, similar one a long time, I don't know, 6, 8 years ago or 10 years ago or something. I can't remember when. That we meaning we who are awakened or awakening, we who want to make a difference in the world and have things at peace, like have a peaceful world, and rights, human rights for all, and taking care of the environment, all of that. I had this vision where we were coming up underneath it all, and that was what they told me. And I saw us. I saw many, many people coming up underneath all of this foundation that's crumbling, right? And that's what's happening right now. The foundation is definitely crumbling. We were just starting back then, whenever that was, but probably 10 years ago. And so, but now what the vision has shown, it's a similar vision. It's almost the exact same vision that I just had, except I see all of our ancestors with us, all of our higher realm support with us, but your ancestors just right behind you, walking with you. And I'm in tears because it's just, it's so beautiful. So I had to share that with you, and I have other things I'm going to share with you too. And I'm hoping that maybe I can actually see what's happening. No, I still can't. Okay, my poor computer, my poor little computer. So it's okay. I would like to see the chat though, if I could. So maybe Michelle, if you can, if there's stuff in the chat I should know about, please let me know. Um, but what I wanted to share originally with you, which I didn't get to do this morning, and now I can, um, is that it we're gonna do a little bit of a, probably a guided journey as well as what we just did. I didn't know if I would talk during that song or not, and I did a little bit, but it really was meant to, I mean, we did a whole lot of talking over the, if you want to hear me talking over the song, you'll hear it on the first recording from this morning, because technology, actually spirit made that happen, because that's the only piece I can't figure out. The other parts I could figure out. It may be spirit or it may be technology glitches. But yeah, something pretty wild happened this morning, so you'll get that replay. But that song, was powerful then, it's powerful now, but there's something happening literally today that this is, that's why this had to happen this way. That's why we had to have the song the way it was this morning. That's why we had to do it this way tonight. And it's all like, so 1111 is a gateway. And there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can look it up on the internet and you can find out all kinds of things, but I'll tell you what I know and what I've experienced from this. And it's not just 1111. It's, I know some of you are seeing 444 and 555 and 222 and all the other numbers, right? Or maybe it's just like a specific number. But when I see those numbers, it's always an affirmation. And when I see 1111 in particular, to me, there's kind of three things that happen. Number one is, it's like affirmation, I'm on my path. Number two is, if I'm kind of wavering, like on a decision, do I do this? Do I do that? And it sets me on my path. And it's like, it's hard to describe, but it's either, and I know if you just use your discernment and your intuition, which lives in your body, which is why I'm pointing here, then you'll be able to just discern between whether it is something happening. This is so big, and then then they're feeding me other information. Let me just take a sip of water and see how to say this. Yeah, some things can't be put into words. This is really interesting when this happens. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's like a blank space, because there's sort of like, right now we're shifting, the planet is shifting, everything's shifting. Those numbers are about a gateway, and I was going to say, and I'll just say the simple way that I was going to say it, before I got all this other stuff flooding through, is that it's like, you're either i- on path right now, and it's like, this is your confirmation, here you go. Or it's that you need to get back on path. It's like, that decision you're about to make, don't do it, do it this way, right? Or, oh, there's an alternate path you didn't even know about. So that's what I have found. And then the third one I was going to mention is a reset, which is what is happening today. And I mean, it's happening on a gradual plane too. Like, it's just going to continue rolling out, right? We know that politics are doing that. The pandemic is doing that. It's not like it's going away right now. It's not like it just started and then it's just going to snap its fingers and stop, right? But today is a gateway. Today, that gateway is open. And I felt that kind of more of a, that's why I had to say something during the song, because I could feel that that was an opening for us. That was an opening for us to send out some healing energy, just flood the planet with healing energy. And whoever needs it is going to receive it anyway. But if you had people in mind, like, and you can still do that right now, all day, do that all day, like until the end of the night, like anyone you think of that could use a little support, a little healing, a little hope. Just send it out to them, and whether they receive it or not is up to them. It's always up to them. We don't force our energies or whatever on other people. We just invite them to receive it if they wish. And so and you can always send out the replay. You can feel free to share it as well. Like, you can absolutely share it if you want, with people who might want to hear something like this to help them. Um, so that was what kind of the basics, like, I wanted to say about 1111. But yeah, it's a gateway, it's a portal, it's an opening. Um, they're master numbers, and I know there's a whole thing about that. And ironically, Doreen Virtue, who has kind of completely disowned that part of herself, but had some really good numerology teachings, or maybe it's not numerology, but numbers, master numbers, angel numbers teachings. But when you see those numbers, they're kind of a call to your attention. And when you start seeing them, there is a sort of scientific thing that happens. Your reticular activating system will take over, and you've seen 1111. You're like, oh, I see that. And then you might start seeing it more, because it's kind of like, oh, I love that pink car. And then all of a sudden you're seeing pink cars everywhere, right? That's a thing. It's a scientific thing. And it's also a manifesting thing. It is. And so we can kind of have whatever perception we want around it, but when we see those numbers, they're calling for our attention. And then you can decide for you in the moment, and really it's you have decided for you already anyway. And you're gonna know, like, is this that I'm on path? Is this that I need to get on path? What's happening right now? How do I feel right now? Who is with me right now? Check in, because right now it's crucial for us to build that discernment. It's crucial for us, because you're there's so much energy and emotion in the air, right? There's just so much of it, and some of it feels really beautiful and some of it feels really hateful, right? It's like all opposite ends of the spectrum, and anywhere in between. But there's a lot of the opposites right now. We're really being taught that we're on an earth here that has poles. We are being taught that. And maybe that's because Mother Earth, her poles are being, like, the ice is melting, right? Like, it's shifting. Everything is shifting. Um, and I opened for Greg Braden a couple of times. And the first time in 2005, I remember him talking about that. Um, and he was saying that he was talking about I think his book was something called Zero Point or something like that. And I was reading that, and it's like, yeah, you know what? And then I talked to my Mayan friend, one of my Mayan friends here in Toronto, and she was telling me about, there's many Mayan calendars. There's only one that you usually hear about, but she was telling me that, that one that most people know about is also showing, like, Mother Earth has gone through this many times before. And I'm not saying climate change ain't real, because it sure is, right? It's definitely real. It's part of her cycle, and we've messed things up, right? So we, as the people here that have our free will, we need to get back to, it's so weird. We have free will, but we're not using it the way we could, right? A squirrel is going to gather nuts. A bear is going to hibernate, right? A human is going to be like, oh, what should I do today? Right? We have choice, and we're not driven so much by instinct. But if we can kind of get to a balance where we're doing that and we have our free will. The elders have always said, and when I say the elders, it's because I've seen lots of elders, because I'm blessed to live in Toronto, where we've had a lot of elders come through here from all over the world. And when the Indigenous elders talk about this, they talk about, and I'll kind of semi-quote, because it's been a lot of years since I heard her say this, but the elder that I call my elder, Joanne Dallaire, she said that we're the only ones on the planet who have forgotten who we are and are not following our original instructions. We lost our way. So this is why it's important to remember who we are. It's remembering who we are at the soul level. At the soul level, and also all the other stuff that we've gathered and accumulated over the years of living on planet Earth, right? In our families or wherever we've been and whatever experiences we've had. There's that part, those parts of us are real parts of us too. But when I talk about reawakening to who we are, there is a remembering that needs to happen. We need to go back in, and we know who we are. We do. You might think you don't know who you are, but there is a part of you that absolutely knows exactly who you are. And when we connect to that, that's when you're bubbling up in laughter. That's when you're joyful like crazy. That's when you're just on point. You know exactly what to say, right? That's you. And that's what we need to get back to, or come forward to, really spiral up to, because we're becoming every moment. We're becoming more of us. We're becoming maybe less of us, but we're becoming something every moment. Change is constant. So it's like, what are we doing in this moment? What are we doing in this next moment? What are we doing in this next moment? How can we make change? How can we be more of who we are? How can we do that? And it's not like always about doing, but doing can kind of get us there if you're doing the things that you love. If you're doing those things that make you glow, make you light up, make you want to dance, make you want to jump around, then that's when the doing actually matters. But other than that, we're human beings, and we forget that too. So like when you're outside, or even when you're just inside, like I don't get out very much, but you just take moments in the day to come back to yourself, gather yourself up, and notice what your thoughts are doing, notice what your heart is doing, how you're feeling, notice what sensations are in your body. When you check in with yourself like that, it will help you to discern. And then you're going to know when it's like, wait, that I wasn't feeling that way, and now I am all of a sudden, when I just ran into that person, or I just like, got my brain sucked by this person on the phone for the last 2 hours. Um, when those things happen, those are also calls to bring ourselves back to ourselves. And the more that you do this, the more you get to know who you are, right? And then the more that the layers can peel off, and you can really know who you are and who you're becoming. And you can start to kind of co-create that, and you're creating your own story, your new story. You have your history or your herstory or your their story, but you can create your new history, whatever you want to call it. You can create your new story, because that's what we are. We're walking stories, which is why I talk in stories all the time. I really want to check the chat. It's really bothering me, so I'm going to try. I'm going to see too, is there anything? I don't see any comments in my Zoom, so because it's only Michelle that would give them to me. But I'm going to check and see on Facebook who's there and if there's any comments, because I don't want to feel like I'm ignoring you. I'm just having technology moment here for myself. So yeah, that's going to turn this on. I don't want the volume to go on either. So I guess I'm going to have to leave that alone because I can't even find it. So I'll just leave it and I'll answer your comments later. But Michelle, please, if you're still here and, well, you are still here. I see you. So if you can, if there's questions or if comments or anything that I should know about, let me know. So I'm going to keep going. I wanted to, so we were working with those energies. I didn't really know that I was going to do healing work, but I did. And my intention with that was that anyone who gives their permission is going to receive it. And so you could receive it now, you could receive it later, you could have received it already, but that was up to you and your spirit. I never like force healing on anyone. So it's always just, I'm giving it out. And if you want to receive it, you can receive it at any time because time doesn't, we don't have the same concept of time that spirit does. My hands are still going too. So there's still energy flowing out of them. So I'll just keep them open for a while that's happening. Just start talking about it, and the healing energy starts flowing. So, and that's for all of us. And it's literally for all of us because you can do it too. And I know some of you know this already. Our hands, our palms, our fingers, they're sensitive for a reason, right? We can sense without even touching things. Um, and when you cultivate that, it just grows. Just like your spirit, when you cultivate your spirit, it grows. Right? When you cultivate fear, it grows. When you cultivate love, it grows. So it's right now like in this really weird time that we need to cultivate love and gratitude and those higher frequency feelings as much as we can and still feel the other stuff. Still feel it. You can be pissed off, you can be angry, rageful, hurt, frustrated, anxious, whatever it is. Feel it. Let yourself feel it. Because if you don't, it's just going to kind of hang out in here and here. Oh, there's something that I need to tell you. While I was doing that song, and I'm offering the energy work, and you may have seen me moving around if you had your eyes open. Um, there was something that happened for all of our throat centers. So you might have some throat clearing happening in the next little while. They're saying about a week, 5 days to a week or something like that. You might feel a little bit of unrest or something in your throat. And don't force talk your way through it. If you feel like you can't really speak loudly, just be with it. Just notice in the next, 5 to 7 days what your throat is doing, what your voice wants to do, and let your voice lead you. If you feel like, oh, I have to say this thing, but I'm a little bit nervous, just say it. Because when you do, you're going to open up and free up so much space here. And this is what stops us all from being who we are. This right here. And not the throat center, but the blocks that are hanging out there. That's what stops us from being who we are because it can't get out of us. Like we have our creative center down here in our belly, and then we have our beautiful heart center with all that emotion. And then, we go to express ourselves, but if we have all these blocks up in here, it doesn't really get out. It just kind of falls in front of you. But when you cultivate that, when you move forward into it and say the things that you need to say or sing the things that you need to sing, then what happens is people will start to feel more of you and you're going to start to feel more of you. Right? You're going to feel like you are more of you because you're releasing more of what you are not. Because that's what those blocks are. They are not you. They're just blocks. And so I was doing some healing work and that was being worked on. All of our throat centers were being worked on. And so so you might have like I had a little tongue twisting thing, and I don't know, maybe that's part of it, maybe it isn't, but I'll be watching and paying attention to what's happening with my truth telling, with my singing, with my throat center, and what kind of blocks you feel. Yeah, so I want to do a little bit of a sound journey, and this is just going to be whatever it is. I'm just going to like offer whatever spirit gives me. I'm going to take some water first. I'm being told to light some more sage too, so I'll do that. And it won't be too long. We're just going to do this for a few minutes, just a few minutes. So I'm just going to light this first, though. That's important for some reason. When spirit tells me to do something, I do it. Spirit will never tell you to do something stupid. And it's never going to be like some weird negative thing, or a guilting thing. It's always going to just feel like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I feel driven to do this. And sometimes it is a little subtle, but when you start listening more, then it gets louder and more obvious. And then you're going to know, because that's another form of discernment, right? Is knowing between, is that really the truth? Or is that just my ego talking, right? Yeah. So there are some people who are having some emotions, and that's awesome. So let yourself feel whatever it is. Let yourself feel. And I'm just going to let this smoke continue to rise up for you. And I'm just realizing that now I'm on the computer, I can use my drum. Zoom doesn't like drums if you're not on like hard line connected to the computer. So I've known all day that it's my womb drum that wants to work with us in this thing tonight. It's so funny because I wasn't going to be able to do this, and now I can. And that's one reason I had to have the smudge going, because I have to smudge my drum as well. So I'll just offer whatever comes, a short song, a little bit of meditation. I might put the drum down and do a bit more healing work. I don't know, but we'll see what comes through. And just, is this all is to do with the gateway? It's also kind of like they're telling me this is sort of like the culmination of this, and then we're going to be complete. So it's not really a traveling song, but it's kind of, they're telling me don't do a traveling song, because we want to work with you first. We want your ancestors, your guides are going to be working with you. They're going to be helping you tonight. And if you're in some part of the world or you're watching this later as a replay, whatever night it is for you, that day, that's when the work is going to begin, really. Like that's a lot of the time when healing happens is during our sleep. So yeah, I need to have some water as well, and gratitude for my beautiful water. So just breathing here. Letting yourself receive and release and flow whatever is meant for you. Aya hey, aya hey, aya hey, aya hey, we ya, Yahweh, Yahweh, hiya, hey, hiya, hey,
way, ay, hey, away, hi, hey, away, Yahweh, Hiya, hey, way, hiya, hey, way, Yahweh, hiya, way, Yahweh,
Miigwech. Oh, just breathing here, letting yourself let it in, let it out, let it flow. Let it in, let it out, let it flow. Yes. Okay, now I really am gonna find my way to the to the either the live stream page or somewhere. Facebook, YouTube, I don't know. I'm gonna look at the live stream page. I think I can find it. So I want to see what you guys are saying in there. Um, so if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about in terms of 1111, and I'll scroll through when I find it. But if you have questions, post them in the chat because we're pretty much. Oh, look, it's 11:55, 1155. Yeah. So let me see if this will remember it for me. Nope, probably not. Okay, I have to type the whole thing in. Technology works when it works. I was going to share a little bit about what happened today too, because it was really interesting. Um, and then I'll share a little bit about something else we have going on too, because I have a gift for you as well. You might some of you will have the gift already, and some of you might not. Um, but yeah, I'll talk about that while I'm looking my own website up, and it's taking a million years. Why? There it is. There we go. Yay. Okay. Oh, I see. So there's not a lot going on there. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so pardon me, after tearing up now, I've got sinuses going on. Let me come back over here. There we go. So, so the gift that I have for you is actually on what page is it on? Michelle will know. Please type it into the chat. It's for the wait list because we have a wait list. Some of you know I started a program for women, a 13 moon program for women, going through the entire lunar year. And then Spirit dropped this whole thing in, and I didn't know how it was going to look. And I always, like I said, I listen to Spirit, and when they tell me to do something, I do it because it's always right. And so I created this course. And really it's us gathering as women, sorry men, no men, women and non-binary or gender diverse folks are absolutely welcome, and it will be a safe sacred space held for that. And that's just because that's how the spiritual download came. That's what it's for and who it's for. Um, and what we did was what I was told was to open it up for a season at a time to just a handful of women so that I don't want to max the group out and make it huge. It's nice and intimate the way we have it, and it's so beautiful. But I'm opening it up again for the winter season, and we will have a special pricing for that that is even better than early bird. And we're only doing that for a little short time. So if it's not open, your doors are not open right now at all. Just so you know, you can't do that right now, but you can get on the wait list, and the wait list page will get you that gift that I'm talking about, which will have journal pages for you with prompts on them, as well as I can't even remember all the gifts that we give you. There's an audio for sure. I know that, and Michelle can pop it in the in there for you. But I think it's just yeah, she's got it in there. medicinesongwoman.com/PUTP for picking up the pieces. PUTP hyphen waitlist. Yeah. So if you go there, you'll get a gift. And I mean, make sure it's really for you, right? Makes sense. But it's about picking up the pieces as we go through this pandemic together. And it's actually based on my songs. 13 of my healing songs from the last album, Picking Up the Pieces, which was totally about grief and trauma and getting through stuff like this that we're going through right now. So we gather every new moon, every full moon, and we have a class on how do I do it again? I'm trying to remember right now because we have on the new moon we have a session, and on the full moon we have a class. And so the session is kind of a longer version of what we just did. Like it's the channeled sound journey. There's healing energy happening, but it's longer, and it's for that specific group of people. And yeah, the women in the course are just in the circle are just wonderful. So I know it's going to be a beautiful 13 moons of gathering. Well, it'll be, I think we're on our, like, we've already gone through, because we started fall equinox. So we've gone through a couple of moons already, but yeah, we will open it up for a full year again in fall next year. But winter season will open up on December 14th. So mark that in your calendar if you're interested, and get on the wait list now. Because yeah, I'm only going to let in 13 women. 13 women is what I noticed. That's what I had written down. That's what Spirit gave me. So that's what I'm going with. Um, yeah. So I wanted to let you know that. And I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you, but I'll also tell you that yes, you're going to get both replays. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you is what happened this morning. So, I mean, I know like we had a whole bunch of technical glitches, and if some of you were there, you know what I'm talking about. It was so weird. It was so weird. And some of those things I can like, I have an inner fact checker, like an inner like skeptic that goes, I don't know, that could have been a technical glitch. Let's check into that. Um, and there were some that I absolutely were either a glitch or a human error. Like the screen was black, and that's because something happened. Zoom did a thing, and I couldn't see what I was supposed to do, and I didn't turn on my video because I didn't see the prompt to do it. Um, and so there were some glitches. I knew what happened, but then what really the mysterious, amazing thing that happened, which is, and I want to go and listen to the replay after this. Actually, like I want to listen to it because we played this song that we played at 11:11 tonight, right? We After we finally got on because there were so many problems, but once we did, we played the song, and what I had been saying on the same live stream, as part of a little mini meditation I did, there was a healing song I channeled that I think also may be part of this. There was talking that I did, some teachings, and all of that played at the same time as we played the song. Now, I don't know how in the heck that's possible, right? But that's what happened. And it was not just one voice, it was like multiple layers. It was so bizarre. And it sounds like an experimental piece of sound art. It's just wild. So I'm like, I couldn't create that on purpose if I tried. So I can't wait to listen to it, and we will send it out. Oh, if you want the replay, because if you're not on our email list, then you won't get it. But on the chat, on below the chat on that same page, and it won't. If you sign up, you won't leave the page. Don't worry, you won't lose it. Um, but what will happen is you'll get the replays, and you'll get replays and reminders for the other live streams that we do, because that's our live stream list. So yeah, and you'll also get my e-zine and things like that when we put those out. But this is our live stream list. So you can sign up or not. It's up to you. And you can always anyone can always come and watch these, but we will have the replay um, go out to you for both this morning's session and this one here. This morning's was about 45 minutes long. And I think I don't even know when it actually started, but I'm pretty sure I saw about 45 minutes. And yeah, this one's been about an hour. So um, about a half an hour in is when the song does that thing. Just letting you know. It's almost exactly like 30 minutes in, and it was so wild because the talking like ended right when the song did. Just like you can't make this up, you know. It's just wild. I've never had anything like that. I've had some freaky experiences because sound healing does things to technology. This is not new to me, but the way that happened was that's brand new to me. Oh, hi, Paula. I see Paula there. And Kate and Babs. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, you were there. Hey. Yeah, it's just wild. So I'm glad this worked out though, so you can have the experience of the song without the talking and everything else going on in it. And I'm telling you, like, go listen to that, because what happened to me with this election and all this stuff going on, right? And just like being housebound all this time and that, I was like starting to really feel drained. And I knew it was a lot of empathic stuff. And I'm pretty good at like, shielding that away from me. And I wasn't doing a good job of that. So I had to like really boost my resources yesterday and the day before. Um, and then what happened today after, like right after that, I had my lunch, or my dinner, whatever it was, and I got out of here. I was like, I'm gone. I'm getting outside. It's nice out. I went down the street to my friend's place because she moved back in the neighborhood and invited me over and said, hey, come over and we can talk in the backyard. And we had a social distance visit. And I'm telling you, my energy levels have shot way up. I've got like 5 times the energy today that I had before that call. I mean, before that Zoom or whatever, right? Like it's unbelievable to me. And I know that's why, because one of the things that kept happening was when I was sending out the emails about this call, about this, the morning one originally that we were going to do, was I kept, every time I'd write recording, it would say recoding. And I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Like, because I know that spirit. Sometimes it's just a stupid typo, and then sometimes it's not. And I knew it wasn't. I'm like, that's interesting. And I mentioned something about it in when I wrote the email. Well, it happened again, and then it happened again today, twice. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I felt. And I could feel it while it was going on. Um, Literally recoding. I don't even know what, and I don't need to know what, because I just know it's good. It's helping. What it is it's helping us to prepare for what's coming. It's helping us to, like I was saying earlier, get caught up with Mother Earth's frequency, right? So we can hang out and be here and do what we're here to do, because we all have a purpose here. We do. And I know you know this. And everyone who has ever told, come for an oracle reading or had a healing and reading with me, and they're like, I don't know my purpose. Can you tell me what it is? I'm like, you're going to tell it yourself, because, and that's always what happens. I don't even have to say anything. And they're telling me and they're talking and telling me the story. And it's like, whoop, it slips out. There's your purpose right there. We know who we are. So don't forget that. We know who we are. We just have to tap in. We just got to remember, we got to tap in, pay attention to us, to ourselves. And it's not in a narcissistic way, it's in an empathic way, really. Because the more we do this, the stronger we are to be able to help people without taking on their stuff. and without taking on all of the planet stuff. Like that's what I was doing basically just a couple of days ago. And I'm like, oh, I noticed what I'm doing. So I better boost that, boost my shield around me and make sure that only those energies that are in my highest good, that are for my highest good and for the highest good of all life everywhere, for that to come in to my field, into my being, only those energies are allowed. And that's how I set up my circle too when I do these things. Only the highest frequency beings and energies who can support and who will support and can come in. And then the troublemakers can stay outside. And if they want to watch, that's fine, but they have to stay outside. So that's how you can operate too in the world. And it's just really with our intention. But you have this, it's like this is a gift that we were just given tonight. It's and today, this morning. Um, this is this whole year is a gateway, really. It's not just today. It's like this whole year is a huge gateway because there's a lot going on and we're just kind of at the, we're not anywhere near the tail end of it. We're in the middle of it. So it's going to be a while of this and there's still going to be more chaos. There's still going to be more shift, right? Because chaos is how the shift happens. Things can't spring up without something else crumbling down. That's just balance. That's what we're being taught here with, all this polar energy. It's like really super angry over here, really super kind over here. And it's like we've gotten out of balance. And now this is kind of a way we can bring ourselves back. It's just recognizing that and not even needing to be a part of it, like whatever angry kindness, whatever it is, but just going here and anchoring here. I talked about that this morning a bit. It's just anchoring to ourselves, grounding your body with your body, pat yourself down, touch your heart, right? Um, rub your hands together, stomp your feet, get on the earth as much as you can, and just love yourself up. Love yourself up like nobody's business. Because when you do that, you have more love to give. So with that, I want to leave you with with just gratitude and thanks for showing up tonight because this was sort of a last minute thing, right? We didn't know that we were going to do this because we didn't know what spirit and technology were going to drop on us this morning. So it's been an amazing day, even though it's been weird. It's just been amazing. So thank you for being part of that and showing up here. And I'm just going to check the chat to make sure there aren't any questions. Do-do-do. Thank you guys. Thank you, Paula, Melanie, Kate, Satcharan, Leah, Storm, Kamal. Lots of you. Beautiful. Yeah, so if you want the replay, you can and April, I see. You can grab the replay by just sign up there and we'll get it out to you as soon as we can. Zoom takes a while to process, so it might be tomorrow. But lots of love and blessings to all of you. 11 blessings. And I'm going to say Bama P, which is see you later in Ojibwe. Thank you.